Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today is the 20th of December. We have 11 till the end of the year. That's crazy to think about, by the way. So yeah, nice to have you with us today as we look into all things crypto. Let's jump into the news, and then we'll look at what's happening on CoinMarketCap for the prices. And other than that, we'll have a show today and then a show Saturday. That's what's happening the rest of the week. So yeah, enjoy. Let's take a look at what's going on. Markets are racing ahead of Federal Reserve on rate cuts. They expect there to be rate cuts, and they're going for it already. Like the rate cuts have already happened. Markets anticipate early Federal Reserve rate cuts, but top federal officials, including those from Cleveland and New York, urge caution and a more gradual approach. The Fed's focus remains on maintaining restrictive policies to ensure stable inflation, balancing this with the need to support employment. Despite market expectations for swift rate reductions, Fed officials advocate for data driven, measured policy adjustments in line with long term economic stability. So, what that means is if they keep the rates high for too long, unemployment will start going up. And that's unacceptable for most Americans. So, that will have to stop eventually, no matter what. So, that's what's going on next. Is Joe Biden's economic agenda already doomed? Despite Biden's long term economic strategies, they struggle to resonate with the public, overshadowed by immediate concerns like inflation and cost of living. The term Bidenomics faces challenges in messaging, often perceived as too partisan or negative, failing to connect with broader audiences. It's it's actually become a joke for most centrists and right wing people in U.S. They're like, "Oh, Bidenomics, something's going wrong. Thanks, Biden." They used to say, "Thanks, Obama," which was funny because Obama actually he had a cup and a cookie, and this video is hilarious. The cookie's actually bigger than the cup, and he can't get it in, and he goes, "Thanks, Obama." Obama did that to himself. That's how common that was. So this is Americans being a democratic people, not being full fans of their leaders. Hi, Binance user 9F563. Welcome to my channel, guys. Nice. Hi, Dewang007. Binance user CD8A6. Arshoria. Hey, Arshoria's back with a chance to win some ETH, apparently. Good luck, guys. All right, so a shift in narrative is needed, focusing on opportunity and solutions rather than problems to make the president's economic policies more relatable and effective. I don't think he can be relatable. He's not. He's barely there. I don't know what you guys think about that. Ada Wing 007. What are your thoughts on Biden's capability of changing the narrative and being relatable to the American public? He eats ice cream. I think that's the most relatable thing he does. I think it's the only relatable thing he does. Everything else is kind of, you know, not relatable. Like getting a prosecutor in a foreign country fired, things like that. That's not relatable. Crypto giants pour $80 million into pro crypto U.S. election committee. Ooh. So major crypto industry players pledged $78 million to the Fair Shake PAC, aiming to influence the 2024 U.S. elections in favor of pro-crypto candidates. The initiative, led by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, targets regulatory reform and seeks supportive candidates for blockchain innovation. Contributors include high-profile firms and individuals like Coinbase, the Winklevoss twins, and A16Z, focusing on balanced and practical crypto regulations. I'm curious who they're supporting. Um, it's very unclear who they support, but probably members of Congress that support crypto and things like that. They make me want to run for Congress. I'll put it that way. If somebody will bankroll my candidacy, I think I would run. Um, have to beat somebody in a primary first, probably. I haven't lived in the US very much recently, so that might be, difficult. Bit I remember we had a show where we were talking about how to buy a mansion in California. That was funny. It was somebody in chat. So I guess this time I'll ask, how do you think a crypto bro would go about winning an election in the US as to become a member of Congress? Not in any dishonest way. I mean, just actually literally go for it and win. What kind of policies could they bring that would actually make them interesting for both Democrats, Republicans, and also centrists and independents to vote for? Bitwise drops commercial for its spot Bitcoin ETF. Bitwise launches a commercial for its spot Bitcoin ETF featuring Jonathan Goldsmith to bolster its application with the SEC. The move signals Bitwise's confidence in potential SEC approval for the first US spot Bitcoin ETF in 2024. So in a few, like maybe 2 weeks. What in the world? Adel, what have you done? What is this? I can't read any of the things you sent. What in the world? Are those are those supposed to be emojis? I don't know what's going on. Hi Tether01, nice to have you with us. Anyhow, so the anticipated SEC decision is generating market excitement, potentially driving significant growth in Bitcoin's value. I would expect so. That makes sense. We'll see how the markets reacted later. So, why is the EU coming after Elon Musk and his X? Because he's letting people say things that they disagree with. The EU investigates Elon Musk's X, formerly Twitter, under the Digital Services Act for potential breaches related to content moderation. The probe focuses on X's effectiveness in combating illegal content and information manipulation, including its community notes feature. The investigation forms part of a broader scrutiny on large online platforms' content practices and could have significant implications and impact for digital governance. So the, they implemented a Digital Services Act, so that's why. At the heart of the EU's investigation is concern over potential breaches of obligations under the Digital Services Act. This legislation, effective since November of the previous year, mandates that large online platforms and search engines intensify their efforts against illegal content and threats to public security. Certain types of propaganda are considered threats to security, to be clear. Top level TIF threatens Russia's economic future. Let's take a look. Internal conflict among elites, including criticism from Rosneft CEO Igor Sechin, adds uncertainty to Russia's economic policy amidst sanctions. Russia's economy faces challenges from a series of global crises, sanctions, and shift from principled policymaking to ad hoc solutions. There's also the fact that Putin kind of recently said they lost over 300,000 men in Ukraine. That's not good for the economy. Losing people is definitely not good for the economy. Having a negative growth rate in demographics is not good for the economy, regardless of some people believing Malthusian theory about overpopulation. Is XRP spot ETF the next big move for Wall Street? Yasin Mubarak of Geyser Capital revealed Wall Street's potential interest in an XRP spot exchange fund, highlighting untapped market opportunities. Mubarak's analysis comes amid rising institutional interest in cryptocurrencies with a focus on regulated investment avenues. A recent rumor about BlackRock's involvement in an XRP ETF led to a significant price surge, showcasing the market's readiness for such a product. Also, when that price surge happened, because it was fake, XRP has never reached that level since. Like, I think it was around 80 cents, has not reached 80 cents since that happened. So it actually demolished the price of XRP, and a lot of people quit buying it after that. The fall of Venom Foundation, a cautionary tale. Venom Foundation dissolved amidst unfulfilled promises and leadership changes. Questions arise over legitimacy and transparency of the company's operations. The situation underscores the unpredictability of the blockchain industry. Um, it positioned itself as the pioneer of compliant blockchain technology, promising a transformative impact on the digital asset landscape. The announcement of a staggering $1 billion venture fund dedicated to Web3 projects was the cherry on top, signaling a new era of blockchain innovation. However, these lofty ambitions began to crumble as the foundation's execution fell short of its promises. Initial excitement was fueled by a substantial $20 million investment in the Numi metaverse. Yet this proved to be a solitary highlight in an otherwise barren investment landscape. The subsequent inactivity raised questions about the foundation's capability to fulfill its ambitious agenda. The unraveling gained momentum in the second half of 2023. Key executive moves signaled potential shifts in direction, with both executive Mustafa Kariba and chairman Peter Knez venturing into new endeavors. This leadership exodus only added to the growing uncertainty surrounding the foundation's future. You need people that are dedicated to success for something to work. Shiba Inu's DeFi expansion signals a new era for Shiba Inu, initially a meme coin, is making significant strides in the decentralized finance DeFi space under the guidance of lead developer Satoshi Kusama. The launch of the Shibarium network in August 2023 marked a major milestone, positioning Inu as a robust player in the cryptocurrency industry. Satoshi Kusama credits the SHIB community for their support, emphasizing that the Shibarium launch is just beginning their DeFi journey. Interesting. They keep adding utility to SHIB. It's insane. Hi, Binance user 04AB3. Nice to have you with us. Former U.S. diplomat warns about Saudi's planned attack on dollar. Former U.S. official Thomas Hill warns of Saudi Arabia's potential shift away from the U.S. dollar, intensifying BRICS de-dollarization efforts. Saudi Arabia and the UAE as new BRICS members could significantly influence global trade networks and currency dynamics. The move poses a strategic challenge to U.S. fiscal policy and USD's global dominance, necessitating a coordinated response from U.S. policymakers. I mean, just stop supporting Saudi Arabia and their defense from the Houthis. I'm just saying. If they lose a war, maybe they'll stop playing around. I mean, that sounds cruel, but I mean, you're getting bankrolled and military support from the country, and then you're like, ah, we're not going to use your currency anymore. That doesn't sound like a good ally. Grayscale predicts a $30 trillion Bitcoin boom on the horizon. Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein predicts a spot Bitcoin ETF could unlock $30 trillion in advised wealth from Bitcoin investment. The anticipated SEC approval of the ETF in 2024 is expected to democratize access to Bitcoin for a broader range of investors. This development could significantly elevate Bitcoin's status in the financial market and reshape the global investment landscape. Interesting. That's one way to look at it. Hi, Binance user 04AB3. I think I said hi already, but just in case I didn't, hi again. Ex Ethereum developer claims 70% of ETH was pre-mined. Lane Reddig, a former Ethereum developer, alleged that around 70% of ETH or Ether was distributed in the project's pre-mine stage. Reddig cited the ETH pre-mine issue as a major reason for his departure from the Ethereum Foundation after working there for 1.5 years. Stephen Narayev, a former ETH advisor, previously accused Ethereum's leadership of engaging in fraudulent activities during the ICO. Why is all of this coming out now? And that's not good news if that's the case. It's a claim, so allegedly this may have happened, right? Avalanche users spend $13.8 million in transaction fees on inscriptions in 5 days. What the heck? Avalanche users spent $13.8 million in recent days on inscription-related transaction fees, outpacing other blockchains. Transaction fees on Avalanche surged to $5.6 million per day, driven by increased demand for block space and non-inscription transactions. Despite the financial boost for miners and validators, those on Avalanche not receiving transaction fees see them being burned. Mhm. Wow. Last 5 days. That's crazy. I wonder if it's going to keep going up then, if that's the case. WorldCoin to restart operations in Kenya by early 2024. WorldCoin is set to resume its operations in Kenya in early 2024 after a period of suspension due to regulatory issues. The cryptocurrency company has worked closely with Kenyan regulators to align its business practices with local requirements. This collaboration with authorities indicates that WorldCoin has successfully addressed the initial regulatory concerns. Interesting. I'll see if user concerns are also addressed. Rule changes at Helium Mobile address suspicious token farming activities. Helium Mobile experiences a surge in subscribers due to the significant rise in mobile token prices. Rule adjustments now require new subscribers to wait 8 days before claiming earned tokens, addressing concerns of potential exploitation. Despite the challenges of rapid growth, Helium Mobile remains committed to maintaining fairness in its unique cryptocurrency-driven sell plan. I remember reading about that a while back. BitGet Wallet joins hands with Chili's, aims to promote development of the SportFi sector. Let's see. Chili's revolutionized its fan engagement in sports with blockchain and fan tokens. BitGet Wallet and Chili's enhance sports fan engagement in Web3, anticipating transformative changes. Yeah, I see what they're doing there. That makes sense. If you guys don't understand, go ahead and say something. But basically, they're just partnering so Chili's can work through their wallet. Grayscale and Hashdex face SEC setback and ETF approval timeline. What happened? The US SEC has postponed decisions on various Ethereum-focused ETFs, including Hashdex, Nasdaq, and Grayscale, seeking public input. While Ethereum futures-based ETFs have been approved previously, the SEC has yet to greenlight spot Ether or mixed funds. Public comments are invited for VanEck, Grayscale, ARC21 shares, and Hashdex ETFs, with a 21-day deadline, shaping the future of cryptocurrency investment products in the US market. I wonder if they'll be approved as at the same time or close to as the Bitcoin ETFs. They may be doing this on purpose. I don't know. UK announces digital securities sandbox for crypto firms. UK's DSS fosters crypto innovation with consumer protection. DLT and trading solutions were tested in a controlled environment. UK's DSS may inspire global crypto regulations. Other regulators may also have sandboxes. That's an interesting way of doing things. Crypto mining giant Cypher invests $99.5 million in Bitmain equipment. So it boosts crypto mining capacity. Locking favorable rig prices reflects a bullish Bitcoin market outlook. Cypher's strategic acquisitions position it for crypto sector dominance. So once all of the Bitcoins are sold, it looks like the only way you can get Bitcoin passively is I don't think you'll be able to stake them, right? Would be to mine them. I guess you could stake them for them to buy machines to mine and then give you a percentage of the mining fees. I don't know. We'll see how that goes once all 21 million bitcoins are mined and in circulation. Ethereum MEV relay giant takes a U-turn and rejects OFAC sanctions blocks. So Blocks Route Labs OFAC block rejection raises Ethereum censorship concerns, balancing compliance and decentralization challenges of blockchain projects. Censorship resistance versus regulatory compliance in crypto debated. And a surprising reversal with stance on censorship resistance. Bloxroute Labs, a prominent producer of Ethereum blocks, has announced that it will begin censoring blocks containing transactions sanctioned by the United States Office of Foreign Asset Control, or OFAC. The decision has stirred controversy within the Ethereum community and is viewed by some as a setback for Ethereum's commitment to censorship resistance. I mean, if you can choose what you do, it's unlikely it's censorship resistant. Just pointing that out. BlackRock opts for cash only redemptions in Bitcoin ETF application. That may market optimism surges with BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF move. That makes sense too. So, from all of this news, when we look at the market, it should be going up theoretically, right? We'll take a look in a minute. I actually haven't looked. I've gotten notifications on my phone that certain ones were going up, and I didn't really pay attention because I was busy doing other things. Crypto advocacy groups challenged by Senator Warren on government ties. Senator Warren worries about ex-officials in crypto and fears influence. Allegations of crypto funding terrorism add to the regulatory debate. Advocacy groups pushed for transparency amid industry government ties. In a recent development, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren has raised concerns about the presence of former government officials and lawmakers within the cryptocurrency industry, suggesting that they may be influencing the industry's lobbying efforts. The senator's call to action comes amid a growing debate over the regulation of digital assets and their alleged role in financing terrorist organizations, which she blew out of proportion by a lot compared to what it actually was. Senator Warren, a vocal critic of digital assets, has contacted cryptocurrency advocacy groups, Coin Center and Blockchain Association, seeking answers regarding the industry's employment of former government officials and law enforcement personnel. By the way, there's no rule that says they can't do that because other lobbying groups are perfectly allowed to do that. That makes no sense. Her concerns were triggered by a Politico report which claimed that certain entities within the crypto space had recruited a small army of former defense, national security, and law enforcement officials to oppose, which are all people she doesn't like, to oppose regulatory measures concerning digital assets. Warren also reiterated allegations that cryptocurrency has been used to finance terrorist organizations, including Hamas, which was allegedly involved in an attack on Israel on October 7th. Hamas was involved, but was the money involved? That's another story. It's important to note that some of these allegations have been debated and were subsequently corrected in certain instances. We've talked about that, yeah. One key point Senator Warren raised is the so-called revolving door between the cryptocurrency industry and Washington, D.C. insiders. She suggested that many government officials use their time in public service to position themselves for future roles in the digital asset lobbying sector. For her argument, Senator Warren pointed to the example of Coinbase's Global Advisory Council, which initially included former Senator Patrick Toomey, former Representative Tim Ryan, and former Representative Sean Patrick Maloney. Coin Center CEO Jerry Brito responded to Senator Warren's letter with strong words, describing it as an impertinent and a bullying publicity stunt. He argued that while Warren emphasizes the need for transparency, nonprofits should also have privacy protections against intrusion. What's funny about this as well is that she doesn't mind any of these people going to work at big banks. It's very hypocritical of her that some high tier Congress members may end up working in Goldman Sachs, for example. That doesn't bother her at all. And I'm user 1027A. Nice to have you with us. Yeah, she's not a very fun person if you're into crypto. All right. Blockchain networks struggle as EVM inscriptions trigger outages. What? EVM inscriptions, a crypto trend, let retail traders access low cap coins, causing network outages. Users are embedding data on blockchain networks, overwhelming them and spending millions in gas fees. Some see it as a way for retail traders to enter the market, while others find it irrational and hype driven. I tend to be in the latter category. I think it's kind of crazy. Innovative ESG Bitcoin ETF filed by 7RCC with Gemini support. Gemini's giving us a bit more. That's cool. Seven RCC Global's filed for a unique ETF with the SEC, blending Bitcoin and environmental interests. That is different. Proposed ETF, named the 7 RCC Spot Bitcoin and Carbon Credit Futures ETF, comprises 80% Bitcoin and 20% carbon credit futures. Which carbon credit futures are kind of a scam. Carbon credits are definitely scammy as hell. Um, so depending on the regulations and where this is done, there are carbon credits that are literally somebody mm, having a piece of land they're not doing anything with and claiming carbon credits and then selling them to polluters as a way to make money, depending on how it's done. Hi, Olger Lufo and Yassine Bookti. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Looking forward to some positive news from different things I've been doing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a new year. This year has been kind of actually the last 2 years have been kind of horrible for me. So I'm looking forward to something positive. Hi, Yemen 13. uh, that's fun. Are you actually from Yemen, or is that just your name online? Oh, hi. Yassine is new. Are you new to crypto or just new to Binance Live? Well, what do you want guidance with? Yassine asks, "Can you guide me?" Oh, you're fine. Nice. Glad you're doing okay. There's a bit of a lapse between the time you send me a message and the time I get to see it. So, and also my response is also a bit different, a bit of latency. So I'm curious. Are you from Yemen? Yemen 13 and Yassine. What exactly are you new to? Are you new to crypto? Are you new to Binance? Are you new to Binance Live? Are you new to the show? So a lot of people are posting boxes that you can use to get funds in Binance. If you know how that works, that can be something you can do. So yeah, you want a big box? Me, I don't do boxes, so you'll have to get that from the community on here. Enjoy. That's part of the crazy stuff going on in the comments, and that's something you'll notice on any Binance Live um, stream is that you'll have people sharing box codes and yeah, people trying them out. So that's how it works. Enjoy that, and while you're enjoying that, I'll share some crypto news. Definitely, if you're new, definitely subscribe so you get notifications when we go live again. Currently, I'm doing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and sometimes we have a show on Friday, and that's not happening every week. So yeah, subscribe so you get notifications for that. That's the main thing I want to tell you for that. And as you come on, like as you join us, you'll see more and more. Oh, thanks to 121. As you, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I try to be as honest as a human being can be, right? Yemen 13. Um, yeah, definitely. So let's see what else is going on. We have more news I need to cover as well, so I need to jump into that. Let's see which page were we on? We were on this one. So I usually cover Cryptopolitan news because this is a Cryptopolitan channel. Actually, this is the Cryptopolitan channel on Binance Live, YouTube, and Twitter. If you're following us there, actually, let's see if we have any comments elsewhere. Nope, everything's on Binance Live right now. Hi Shahab Hussain, Nabir 33, and Nabir 11. There are two of you. Do you know each other? Is what I want to know now. Can Pepe come back? I don't know. Do you miss Pepe? I know two cats named Pepe. That it sounds like somebody's cat died to me when someone says Pepe now. One is named after the frog character that is the character from the meme coin. CFTC gets court approval on its settlement against Binance. That's something we were expecting to see, so that's taken care of legally. Adobe halts its ongoing acquisition plans with Figma. I have seen this. Figma will receive a $1 billion fee for the termination because they weren't a lot. That's a lot of money to get for something not happening. Google set to pay $700 million settlement in a Play Store dispute. Wow. How about Loonsea, bro? Loonsea, I have no idea. I think Loonsea may because they're working. So a lot of the Terraform Labs things or tokens are going through Binance Burn. Things like that. So it could come back to where it was. Um, I'm just not sure that there's as much utility as there was, or if there ever will be as much as some other tokens or coins. We'll see. That's something to just in general, if there's news or if somebody has a project that they can use Lindsay for. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, so I can't tell you it's like what's going to happen with Lindsay or Bay or any speaking of Pepe, and as far as meme coins, have you seen Bonk? Surprised to see that get into the top like 100 all of a sudden, like huge growth. I don't know. I haven't looked at the white. Um, Actually, I haven't looked into it much at all. So I don't know if it's a safe thing or not. I mean, it's a meme coin, so, it is what it is, right? Actually, I didn't read that. Let's take a look. Google is set to part with $700 million in settlements in a class action lawsuit against the company, streamlining side loading and Android 14 advancements. This resolution stems from a class action lawsuit filed in 2021 addressing the platform's monopoly on app distribution through the Play Store and Android. Although the settlement was initially reached in September, the details were only recently made public. Okay, that makes sense. That happens a lot, actually. Like court cases aren't completely public. Ethereum proof of work core team call it quits. What this means. Ethereum proof of work core team dissolves, transitioning the project towards full autonomy and decentralized governance. The move signifies a shift in blockchain management, emphasizing community-driven development and adherence to foundational principles. Ethereum proof of work's future now hinges on community involvement, potentially influencing broader trends in cryptocurrency governance. I wonder. Maybe it's because with the move to proof of stake, it's almost pointless to have Ethereum proof of work unless people are really, really tied to it somehow and really want to support that system of doing it. It's been what, a year since we've had proof of stake for Ethereum. I wonder if they're not making enough money to survive that as an organization. That could be a problem. Is Bitcoin ETF really coming? There's a lot of skepticism. Despite Bitcoin's strong performance, skepticism surrounds the potential approval of a Bitcoin ETF in the US market. Market trends show historically low leverage ratios, indicating cautious investor sentiment and uncertainty about the ETF's impact. The skepticism reflects broader concerns about cryptocurrency regulation and market stability, with the ETF's real impact still uncertain. Interesting. Still expecting to see an uptick from the other news we read. What lies ahead after the SEC's Treasury clearing reform? The SEC's mandate for more central clearing in Treasury markets introduces significant regulatory changes with extended timelines for implementation. These reforms are expected to increase overall costs of the Treasury market and impact balance sheets, particularly regarding leverage and risk-weighted capital. The changes will likely affect market dynamics, including wider spreads for customers and adjustments to the secured overnight financing rate. So this should affect banks mostly, I would imagine. Um, FTX debtors strike an innovative settlement deal. Interesting. Let's see. FTX debtors have reached a significant settlement with the liquidators of their Bahamian unit, aiming to resolve disputes over U.S. bankruptcy and Bahamian liquidation proceedings. The settlement includes options for FTX.com customers to choose where their claims are resolved and outlines operational rules for asset disposition and recovery efforts. This innovative agreement marks a key step in the FTX bankruptcy case, potentially setting a precedent for resolving complex cross border insolvencies in the crypto industry or in any industry. It's a complex issue. Bitcoin's gaining streak powers altcoin spectacular comeback. So apparently there were gains. Bitcoin's recent gains are driving a resurgence in altcoins, pushing their market value to levels last seen in August 2022. The crypto sector sees a surge in venture capital, particularly in infrastructure and Web3, with significant funding rounds in November 2023. Increased institutional interest in Bitcoin, evident in the rise of Bitcoin futures trading on the CME, signals growing mainstream acceptance. We'll see how many people are getting involved sooner or later. OKX swiftly resolves iOS wallet app vulnerability. Good for them. High stakes meeting with BlackRock, NASDAQ, and SEC for Bitcoin ETF. Institutional backing both prospects for Bitcoin ETF approval. Surveillance sharing aims to combat market manipulation risks effectively. NASDAQ Rule 5711D is pivotal in shaping the Bitcoin ETF landscape. So, what is this rule? This rule lays out stringent requirements for initial and continued listing, comprehensive surveillance, and compliance measures. The objective is to safeguard market integrity and provide protection against potential fraudulent activities. Good for them. They're trying to do things as safely as possible for investors. That's cool. Europe's stock market sees massive surge, but there's a catch. European stocks rise driven by easing bond yields and cooling inflation. Anticipation of central bank rate cuts fuels market optimism despite economic uncertainties. Sectoral growth is diverse, but overall performance lags behind the US market. That's because Europeans are even more skeptical than Americans when it comes to investment. A lot more. Ripple advances in EU with Central Bank of Ireland approval. What? Ripple Markets Ireland Limited, a subsidiary of Ripple, has been registered by the Central Bank of Ireland as a virtual asset service provider. This registration is a key part of Ripple's strategy to expand its presence in the European market. The move follows Ripple's focus on Europe amid challenging regulatory conditions in the United States. That's a smart business move, especially with regulations becoming much more clear in Europe in the coming months. Over 40 new countries got into crypto in 2023. Inside look. Which ones? Cryptocurrency industry has witnessed a significant shift in 2023 with a remarkable 42 new countries entering the sphere. Do we know which ones? Among the standout regions, the European Union, Japan, and the Bahamas have got into all focus areas of crypto regulation. In stark contrast, nations like Uganda, India, and Brazil have taken a more selective approach, indicating a cautious stance towards the burgeoning industry. But yeah, a lot of countries started regulating crypto and getting involved. That's true. We've been covering that a lot. Ripple President Monica Long outlines 2024 crypto trends. Ripple's president Monica Long anticipates 2024 as a pivotal year in the cryptocurrency industry, ending its speculative hype cycles. Monica Long envisions the industry laying a foundation for real-world utility, focusing on compliance, usability, and integration with existing financial systems. Ripple plans to emphasize compliance in 2024, especially in decentralized finance, to regain investor trust after the 2022 crypto exchange downfalls. Okay. All right. I'm trying to keep track of all the comments. Most things right now are boxes, so it's just thanks guys for sharing them and going back and forth. I think it's awesome to be able to be kind of a platform that people can Can share these on and discuss that as well as the content that we're going over here. I actually like the fact that there's both going on. Coinbase CEO, let's see. Yeah, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong criticizes US bill on crypto regulation. I'm sure it's Elizabeth Warren's bill. Yeah. He criticized the new bill proposed by US Senators Roger Marshall and Elizabeth Warren, of course. The bill aims to combat the use of cryptocurrencies in criminal financial activities, but Armstrong views it as a threat to the advancement of digital assets and personal privacy, which is why Elizabeth Warren doing it in the first place. The Coinbase CEO believes the bill could be politically disadvantageous given the growing size and influence of the crypto community in the United States. Binomial's clearing license sparks vertical integration debate. CFTC's binomial approval sparks debate on crypto integration. Commissioners are divided over the risks and benefits of integration. The industry faces increased scrutiny amid the evolving regulatory landscape. So the CFTC recently granted Binomial a digital asset derivative exchange, a clearinghouse license, marking a significant milestone in the cryptocurrency industry. Javid said Binance should end this red box system. How come? Explain. Is it because of people just um, spamming the comments? Is that what you're saying? Bitnovial, which already held derivatives exchange and brokerage licenses, now operates as a regulated and vertically integrated market structure. While this move has sparked a debate about vertical integration and its potential risks, the CFTC's decision signals a new era of oversight in the crypto space. The commission approved the application with a 4-to-1 vote on December 13th, 2023. That's actually pretty good. That means they're mostly in agreement on it, on the idea itself. Maybe in Binomial's case, one person had some kind of reservation, but it seems generally that went well. Key 2024 court cases poised to redefine crypto industry. This is important. Let's take a look at this. The crypto industry faces a crucial year in 2024 with several major legal decisions expected. Coinbase is contesting an SEC lawsuit over alleged securities violations with a key hearing scheduled for January. Ripple Labs awaits a pivotal verdict on whether its XRP token sales to institutional investors were securities transactions. Those are two of the big ones. Legal challenges for Binance and its founder, CZ. The fate of Sam Bankman-Fried and Do Kwon are expected to happen as well. So yeah, all of this is coming up. UK finance minister investigates challenges faced by licensed crypto firms. UK Chancellor Jeremy Hunt to investigate reported challenges faced by licensed crypto firms in opening business accounts. Meeting scheduled. Treasury Secretary Bim Amfolami to address concerns raised by the Crypto and Digital Assets All-Party Parliamentary Group. UK's ambition to become a global crypto hub reiterated, with a focus on responsible regulation and legislative initiatives, including the Digital Security Sandbox, the DSS. Poland convicts 14 spies for espionage and sabotage involving crypto payments. Polish court convicts 14 spies from Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine for espionage, sabotage, and crypto payments. Spies used advanced surveillance tech and got orders from Russia through Telegram. Russian ice hockey players arrest strains relations. Two suspects maintain innocence, face upcoming trials. Okay. They accepted current cryptocurrency payments of up to $10,000 to carry out espionage activities supporting Russia. And a landmark decision of Polish court has pronounced all 14 defendants guilty of espionage charges on Tuesday. The accused individuals were part of an intricate spy network tasked with carrying out a range of covert activities, including sabotaging supply trains en route to Ukraine, monitoring military targets, disseminating Russian propaganda, arson, and physical assaults on civilians. Glad they caught them, to be honest. The composition of the spy ring was diverse, featuring members with varying professional backgrounds, including two Ukrainian lawyers, a political scientist, a French language teacher. I speak French, so that's funny to me. Hi, one Simakumari. Nice to have you with us. A pharmacy technician, and a software engineer. These individuals, seemingly inconspicuous in their everyday lives, have been recruited for their roles in the espionage operation. Sounds like a movie, but what's funny is real life is much stranger than fiction, so I have no problems believing this is definitely a thing. Among the key locations under surveillance were the naval port of Gdynia, border crossings, and pivotal railway lines utilized for transporting weapons and humanitarian aid to Ukraine. Inspiring surveillance activities posed a significant threat to national security. Of course they did. I'm living in a country that had a coup organized by Russia, so I'm not surprised. I'm actually surprised they weren't trying to do things like that. Yes, Javid 121, the world is attracting towards crypto in general. Although I did have somebody who's a forex trader yesterday to call me a lot of bad names that I won't repeat here, and saying it was just a Ponzi scheme. So, we still have things to improve and people to deal with. Um, the most diehard people against it will probably end up using CBDCs, which are a form of crypto anyways. Court halts DCG from cutting stake in bankrupt. That's interesting. The court ruling has prohibited Digital Currency Group from reducing its stake in the bankrupt firm Genesis. The decision aims to preserve tax benefits under U.S. law, maintaining Genesis' status as a tax consolidated group. Digital Currency Group agreed to settle a $324.5 million loan to Genesis by April 2024 as part of the bankruptcy proceeding. It's one way to do it. ETH Sign debuts its DocuSign feature on Telegram and Line. That's crazy. In the midst of an ongoing regulatory crackdown on the crypto industry, players like ETHSign and challenges faced by some prominent players, the foundational decentralized technology continues to draw established internet platforms towards the realm of Web3. Telegram and Line, two globally popular messaging apps boasting hundreds of millions of monthly users, I've never heard of Line, have recently embraced crypto functionalities. One notable addition is e-signing, facilitated by a startup named ETHSign. Actually, why is this? That's not the same one. Uh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up. It's gonna be interesting. I'm very curious now because I thought I knew all the main messaging services. All of a sudden, I run into one I've never heard of in my life. That doesn't usually happen. Michael Saylor launched the emergence of Bitcoin ETFs on Wall Street. Michael Saylor has lauded the potential emergence of spot Bitcoin ETFs on Wall Street, and anticipates spot Bitcoin ETF approval continues. He's a Bitcoin bull and anticipates the approval of spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds. Could mark the most significant development on Wall Street since the early 1990s. He likens it to the creation of the S&P index, highlighting its potential impact on mainstream retail and institutional investors. He suggests that a spot Bitcoin ETF would provide a crucial avenue for those who previously lacked a high bandwidth compliant channel to invest in Bitcoin. Immutable launches Passport for seamless gaming. Interesting. Immutable, a prominent Web3 game publisher, has recently unveiled its latest innovation in the form of a cutting-edge wallet infrastructure called Immutable Passport. This novel login method introduces a user-friendly approach, allowing individuals to effortlessly create and recover their wallets through familiar platforms such as Google or Apple accounts, as well as conventional email addresses. That's awesome. I may have to use that for one of my platforms, which I don't talk about on here. I will talk about that potentially in the future, but not right now. But that could be something that could be interesting. And I could imagine that being useful outside of gaming as well, by the way. Um, where am I? Whoa, Spanish police dismantle ISIS crypto funding network and arrest 5. Well done. Nice catch. Which page am I on? All right. Yeah, Ledger promises to reimburse users affected by its Connect Kit exploit. Good. I'm glad that's happening and they're taking care of it. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap and see if all this news about ETFs has had an impact. And it's looking like something happened. The global crypto market cap is $1.64 trillion, a 2.6% increase over the last day. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is $61.93 billion, which makes a 4.94% increase. So that means there was 4.94% more trade in the last 24 hours than the 24 hours prior or before. And also, there is more money in crypto right now by 2.6% than there was yesterday. So it means overall crypto grew in the last 24 hours. The total volume in DeFi is currently $6.6 billion, 10.66% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. 10.66% of everything that moved in the last 24 hours went into DeFi, so decentralized finance, for those that have just joined crypto in general. The volume of all stablecoins is now $55.95 billion, which is 90.36% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. So 90% of all crypto is in that moved in the last 24 hours is in stable coins such as USDT, USDC, and DAI, for example. Bitcoin's dominance is currently 52.47%, an increase of 0.24% over the day. So Bitcoin is now a bigger percentage of all crypto in the world by 0.24% in the last 24 hours. So I see the fear and greed index is at 71 instead of 70, which is definitely better than yesterday by 1 point. Not yesterday, better than Monday. I'm sorry. Bitcoin BTC is at $43,966.51, up 3.89% in the last 24 hours, up 6.06% in the last 7 days. So we're seeing Bitcoin going up again. That's what's happening. And it's probably the news that we talked about. So that makes sense. Ethereum is at $2,242.66, or I should say Ether, up 2.5% in the last 24 hours, up 2.49% in the last 7 days. Most of that's probably been in the last 24 hours then. BNB is at $258.12, up 3.05% in the last 24 hours, up 3.4% in the last 7 days. I'll read Sol as well, and then we'll check the biggest losers and biggest winners. Solana is at $78.78. Nice round number, 78.78. Sounds like a Boeing airplane or something. Up 7.6% in the last 24 hours, up 17.74% in the last 7 days. Solana is taking off again, it looks like. So let's look at the biggest losers first. Let's look at the most negative things. LunC, Terra Classic, we talked about this on the show, actually. That's hilarious. Is down 5.41% in the last 24 hours, down 6.93% in the last 7 days, which is the biggest loser in the top 100 cryptocurrencies right now. FTT from FTX is down 6.51% in the last 24 hours, down 26.91% in the last 7 days to $3.72. BGB, which is the BitGet token, is down 2% in the last 24 hours to 64 cents 40, and still up 31.19% in the last 7 days. So everything else is under 2% down, so I'm not even going to read it. Let's take a look at the biggest winners. STX from Stacks is up 27% in the last 24 hours, up 58.27% in the last 7 days to $1.48, which is crazy. Near Protocols, Near token is up 20.90% in the last 24 hours, up 29.96% in the last 7 days to $2.86. Mina at 89 cents 52 is up 20.23% in the last 24 hours, up 16.74% in the last 7 days. That's actually pretty impressive for those three, up 58% in the last 7 days, 30% in the last 7 days, and 16.72% in the last 7 days. That is insane. Beam is up 15.95% in the last 24 hours to 2 cents on 168. It's down 6.25% in the last 7 days, so it's actually catching up from losses from before. SWI is at 69 cents 87, up 12.38% in the last 24 hours, up 10.55% in the last 7 days. And then the only other one above 10.67%. No, I'll read that too, I guess. There's so many above 10%, actually. I'll just read this one that's above 11% up in the last 24 hours. VeChain, VET, is up 11.94% in the last 24 hours, up 20.50% in the last 7 days to 3 cents 576. Let's look at the biggest cryptocurrencies again and see how they're faring in the last 24 hours, in the last 7 days. So we did Solana. XRP is at 62 cents 1, up 2.48% in the last 24 hours, up 1.81% in the last 7 days. I wonder if these different places, like getting a branch in Ireland and these other things, have influenced the price. So the news does influence these things. I mistakenly made a 59 USDT code. Please help. I don't know how that works, man, but hopefully people in chat will be able to help you, GM Okido. Nice to have you with us, by the way. Javid121. One Bitcoin is better. You guys are funny in chat. You're talking about which currency you want in a box. One person said one BTC, one person said one BNB, and now we're talking about USDT in there. So ADA from Cardano is at 60 cents 32, up 3.47% in the last 24 hours, down 1.66% in the last 7 days. AVAX from Avalanche is 9th place by market cap, $43.05, up 8.35% in the last 24 hours, up 11.51% in the last 7 days. And that's because of the inscriptions we were talking about earlier. So remember that the news had an effect here. Dogecoin in 10th place, 9 cents 239, up 1.29% in the last 24 hours, down 0.33% in the last 7 days. TRX from Tron is at 10 cents 28, up 2.24% in the last 24 hours, down 0.35% in the last 7 days. Dot from Polkadot, and as actually, if you look at the graph for these two, they were up quite a bit, and down, and up, and down a lot further than they had been, and now they're recovering from that down. So that's what's going on with those two. It's pretty much the same story. Dot from Polkadot, $7.05, up 4.59% in the last 24 hours, up 1.83% in the last 7 days. Link from Chainlink is at $14.67, up 2.98% in the last 24 hours, up 1.93% in the last 7 days. Ton from Toncoin is at $2.21, up 1.97% in the last 24 hours, up 4.66% in the last 7 days. What we're seeing is a lot of these big tokens and coins being up over or around 1 to 3, 4% in the last 24 hours. So that's what's happening there. Matic from Polygon is at 78 cents 99, up 1.95% in the last 24 hours, down 7.47% in the last 7 days. Shout out to anybody involved in the Polygon Village community grant system. That has been interesting to see how the community is coming together to try to fix things and try to support projects. That's been fascinating. SHIB is up 2.31% in the last 24 hours, up 9.99% in the last 7 days. Could that be due to more utility like we were talking about earlier? It could be. Litecoin LTC is at $71.44, up 0.71% in the last 24 hours, down 0.6% in the last 7 days. Bitcoin Cash BCH is at $232.70, up 2.78% in the last 24 hours, up 1.68% in the last 7 days. And ICP coming in 20th place. Congratulations to ICP for making the jump above Uniswap and Cosmos and Unisat, Leo, and Injective in the last couple of days, couple of weeks, to the price of $9.35. No change in the last 24 hours right now. It's traded up and down, but it cancels itself out. Up 60.49% in the last 7 days. That's how it grew to a market cap of 168,530,060. No, sorry, that's not the market cap. That makes more sense. 4 million, so 4,231,974,000 and something. And that's why it's above Cosmos, which is at 4,085,000,000. So that's what's going on there. Bitcoin Cash is at 4,554,000,000. So for ICP to catch up to Bitcoin Cash, they would need another 300 million in market cap. We'll see how it goes. So that's the show for today. Thank you very much. See you guys Saturday. It's been great. Like and subscribe. I think crypto is making me lose my mind, so I'm getting more and more like I guess crazy in chat and just having fun with you guys talking about it. So have a great one. I'm late for a call. I have to go. Bye guys. Have a good one. See you. And there's no leave button. I guess I'm stuck here. You're gonna have to come with me on the call. I'm kidding. I'm gonna refresh the page. There we go. And live. Have a good one, guys. Bye.